What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it has been a while since it's been about a little over 2.5 weeks since we did a video, but been real busy. But anyways, enough of that. What we're going to do today, kind of dreading it because I would rather be riding right now, but we're going to make a couple of videos on the 600 and the 500. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take most of the plastics off. I'm going to take these big wheels off and tires, and I'm going to go through it, and we're going to see if there's any weak points in it, if there's any loose things over the first few hours that we've been driving them. We're going to look and see what things you need to maybe keep an eye on, where we can grease our machines. Just do a good overview of the 500 and the 600. So this video is going to be all focused on the 500. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully you'll find something that you may can look out for on your machine. But hey, if you're not a subscriber, man, it would help me out a ton. It don't cost you a thing. Click that subscribe button, comment, and tell me some content you'd like to see, and we'll try to make this channel very entertaining for you. So hope you enjoy the video. All right, so one thing, the reason we're starting with the 500, I'd really love to see what the 600 is about, but one reason we're starting with the 500 is because over here we have, excuse my mess here, had a lot of other projects going on, but we have from Snorkel Your ATV, we have a Warrior Riser snorkel kit that we're going to be installing on the 500. Now, of course, with the 600 being a brand new model, they do not have one developed yet for it, and I contacted them and they're not planning on developing one at this time. So, oh well. But on the 500, we're going to, like I said in the intro, we're going to check it all out real good, and then in another video, I'm going to go back with everything and install the snorkel kit, and we'll do a little review on it and maybe even test it out a little bit. I don't plan on doing ridiculous mudding with this 500 or the 600, but I do want to test it, push it a little bit, so that on this channel you'll get to see really how CFMoto holds up against the competition. So first we're going to start out with taking a lot of the stuff off the front end here. Your rack, that's a 13 millimeter to take your rack off. I kind of went ahead and looked around. The other things you'll need is a 10 millimeter. You can use either a flathead screwdriver or a body panel, body clip panel remover. You can get those off Amazon. But anyways, we're going to tear this down. I'm going to do a quick time lapse maybe, and we'll check this thing out, see what it's made of. Alright guys, so I have tore apart the right side of the 500, and look, first off, I gotta say, the fit and finish, the way that they have assembled the plastics to, you know, to the frame, the whole, it just works. It's just a good tight fit. It is very nice. Very nicely put together. A lot more bolts than there are body panel clips, than plastic clips. The plastic clips that they do have are kind of aggravating to get off, but every they're all the same. I mean, no matter what manufacturer, those body panel clips are all the same. So overall, so far, just from taking it apart to kind of taking my first look around at it real close, I'm very impressed by it. I mean, really the quality is just as good, if not better, than some of the ones I've had. Now, I've personally had a Honda Foreman, I've had a Honda Rancher, I've had a 2018 Polaris Sportsman 850. I've had my hands on my buddy's Can-Am Renegade, another buddy's 2018 Outlander 850, and we've taken them apart. We've put snorkel kits on them. We've done all kinds of stuff to them, and this 500 CFMoto is, I mean, it's just as good just from looking at it and kind of getting a feel of the components. There's nothing loose so far. I was going to show you real quick a couple of things. On the rear end, you can grease this. You have two Allen mites on the back wheel hub assembly. You got one at the top, one down here in the bottom, okay? And then on your rear sway bar, there is an Allen mite here. I'm trying to hold a light in the camera, and there's one on the other side in the same location. On the front side, there appears to be no Allen mites on the A-arms, upper or lower, but that's okay. You know, I'll keep an eye on the bushings and see how they hold up over time. But I will say that, man, the upper A-arm is really tough. It seems real solid. Man, these front and rear axles are real tough looking. There's no slack or play in those. I'm real impressed with that. The ducking, the air duct on your CVT is very nicely designed. The front, your air intake for your CVT actually runs all the way up, and I'll show you. It literally runs to right under here. I mean, they ran the intake very high, so if you get mud or water, I mean, you're okay on that. The rear, the exhaust for your CVT actually runs, and you could see this without taking your plastics off. It loops around the back and then just curls up right behind there, and and it's pretty high. I mean, it's right there 3 inches underneath the rear fender, so that's up high. Your air intake, of course, under your seat is located, you know, right there. So it's all really high. I mean, I don't plan on spending no bunch of time in water up to the gas tank, you know. But we're going to install a snorkel kit on this one for those uh-oh moments. You know, when you misjudge a hole and it's a lot deeper than you expected. But anyhow, the 500 comes with these rear boot covers on the rear as a protection. They also have front guards there. That's pretty neat. Now, somebody asked about checking your coolant. Well, the only way to check your coolant is to take all this plastic here. This plastic shroud surrounds your shock, your front suspension. You have to take all that off in order to reveal your reservoir for your coolant. And that's how you'll check it. And mine right now, since it's cold, you know, I haven't ran it or nothing, it's on the lower level line, which is okay. As long as it's in between those two lines, you are good. But you have to take that off to really get a good picture of it. Now, you can take this center cover cap off, and I'm about to do that, and that's where you'll top it off at. So for those of you that was wondering about that, I know that in the past the CFMotos have had a problem with or people have complained about them getting hot or running hot. I haven't had that problem yet. They supposedly amped up the cooling on this 600 for 2020. This is a 2020 500. I believe it's the same design, but I haven't had any problems with it. So there you go. But overall, I haven't found anything yet that is something that looks like a problem to me or something I would need to keep an eye on. Like I said, I'm very impressed. Everything is tight. Your steering rods, your tie rods they seem good and solid. They're not super beefy, but for a four-wheeler, they are plenty strong enough, it looks like. Here's your four-wheel drive actuator, your electronic actuator. See if you can see that for your front diff to put it to lock it and all that kind of stuff. So that's there. The plug is on the front if you ever have issues with that. All right, there is your brake cylinder for your front brakes. Here's your rear brake cylinder there. Runs to your rear and the front, actually. It goes, your rear brake pedal actually controls your rear and front brakes. Of course, on the 500, you just have one rear disc brake right before it goes into the rear differential housing. On the 600, you actually have rear disc brakes all the way around. You have disc brakes, so that's cool. But like I said, so far, very impressed. I don't see anything to make mention of, but I'm going to keep looking and I will update if I see a problem. Well guys, I know I've been talking a lot in this video. There's not much action going on, but I just wanted to put out a informative video. This ain't going to be one that gets no bunch of views, but for those that are really actually wanting to know about the construction of these Cforce ATVs made by CFMoto, that's all that I was hoping to be able to do, was to give you some information. Be looking for the video where we tear down the new 600. It's redesigned for 2020, and so I'm looking forward to see how it differs from this 500. I'm going to be going back with everything here in a little while, but I'll be installing a Snorkel Your ATV Warrior Riser kit. But like I was saying earlier, this is, you take your center cap off, and this is where you can add your coolant. This is where you add your brake fluid. This is actually where your intake for your, they have a little net on it, little cover net. Your intake for your CVT is located. Here's all your relays. Man, the fit and finish of CFMoto seems spot on to me. The quality is definitely there. I know people joke about this being a off-brand manufacturer, but I don't really see that. I see a lot of good quality, but only time will tell. I love Polaris. I love driving a Polaris Sportsman. Super smooth, super plush. I love hopping on a Can-Am as well. Man, the aggressive clutching on a Can-Am, the bottom end torque, is just real fun to drive. I like the durability of a Honda. And, you know, I know Yamaha has some good durability, but man, these CFMotos are very impressive, and I believe that they're definitely worth you looking into. But look, I guess this is my outro. If you're not a subscriber, man, please subscribe. It will help me out a bunch. Just give me a comment, tell me, you know, critique me, and I will try to do better. I want this to be an informative channel. I want to give you, you know, be straight up with you. That's why it's called Real Talk Powersports. I want to, you know, I'm going to not just focus on these two ATVs. I'm going to give you a lot more content. I'm going to be working with Main Street Cycle and giving you a bunch of reviews on a lot of different models, side by sides as well. We're going to be traveling to Mud Bash down in Collins, Mississippi at Burden's Creek ATV Park. I'll be going around to different parts and really testing these Cforces out against Can-Am, Honda, Yamaha, Polaris, and different manufacturers. And we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna go hook up with LC Powersports, get some good footage with them, and just have a real good time. But anyways, go check out Main Street Cycle in Tishomingo, Mississippi. This is where I got both of my four-wheelers. They have the side-by-sides. They have a lot more than just that. They got remote control vehicles. They got every tire and rim you could possibly want. They got a lot of different things, so go check them out. But anyways, I will catch y'all in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for sticking around. We'll talk to y'all later.